Right, come on in.
All right.
Here you go.
Well, sure enough, the furnace is running and no warm air. Yeah, the lights are flashing. I don't know if you want to take a look, but the flashing lights tell us there's a problem. Let's figure it out. What I'm going to do is make it seem like the door is on, and I'll let it run so we can check it out. Yeah, this tells us that it's probably the igniter.
Okay.
That's just like the igniter in a stove or a gas barbecue. That's what sets the flame off. Let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, so this is pretty dirty. Have you had the system maintained at all since it was put in?
No.
No? It's about 7 years old. Okay. We don't need the fan for this. Yeah, sure enough, the igniter's, it's broken. So it's not uncommon. Igniters on furnaces this age lasted 5 years or so. 7 years is pretty good.
Okay.
What I'd recommend is that I replace the igniter and then I do a complete diagnosis on the rest of the system to make sure there isn't some other problem I just can't determine right now. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so I'll go out, get an igniter, and I'll get my paperwork and let you take a look at what's going on.
Okay, great.
All right, thanks. Okay, Mrs. Drysdale, we talked earlier about how important it is to maintain your system, and you said yours has not been maintained in 7 years.
Right.
So if I could just take a few moments, I'll review what you would get if you chose to have your system maintained. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Okay, first thing we do on the furnace is clean and maintain the burner assembly. That's this section right here that's very dirty. So the gas goes in here and it gets ignited, and if that's not clean, it's not going to run efficiently. So that's one thing that's important to do. Second is we would clean the flame sensor. That can get dirty, and that could also cause some problems. That could have you have another no heat situation. We don't want that. We'll measure the draft in the furnace. That's a way of telling us how efficient your system is. Part of your high energy bill concern could be because the system just isn't running as efficiently as it could, and we could take care of that with a tune-up.
Okay.
You have an air conditioning system, obviously, so we would do the equivalent on an air conditioning system. We'd use gauges and monitor refrigerant pressure. Typically, that changes from year to year, and if it's not correct, then your system isn't going to operate efficiently, and it will fail prematurely, possibly. So we'll do that. We'll, of course, test it, make sure it's operating on startup completely and all the safety controls. We would clean or replace the standard air filter. We looked at your filter up in the hallway and found there wasn't one. So apparently somebody intended to replace it and pulled the old one out and put a new one in. So your protection for indoor air quality has been 0.
Okay.
Yeah, right. That's part of why your system's probably this dirty. See, we'll also measure for correct airflow at the registers inside your home. All the rooms have a separate register. We'll make sure you're getting proper airflow in each room. We'll measure all the voltage and the amps on the motors, and if the motors start to fail, you can actually tell that ahead of time, so we could replace a part before it actually fails. That's nice to prevent the kind of problem you're having today. We'll lubricate all the moving parts that are required. We'll make sure your thermostat is operating correctly. We'll clean the air conditioner coil outside and the one inside. We'll clean both of them. Quite a bit involved in cleaning this one. If you don't clean the one inside, things can grow in there that you'd rather not know about. That's very important to do each year. We'll also make sure that the air conditioner then is running efficiently, and we'll even put a coating of wax on the outdoor unit, make it look nice.
Okay.
So that's what we would do. We'd have 2 visits a year, one for cooling, one for heating, pre-season. The other advantages you have include a 15% discount. Should you have any future problems needing repairs, you'd get a 15% discount. It would make sure that your extended warranties from the manufacturers are honored. If you don't do regular maintenance, like in a car, then the warranty doesn't get honored, so this would make sure that's not a worry. As you consider the lengthier agreement, you actually extend the warranty on the part. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And you also get priority service, so should you have a problem in the future, you would get put in the front of the list. We'd take care of your problem before someone who doesn't have one of our agreements.
Okay.
You never have to worry about inflation. These prices are confirmed. They're guaranteed to you. And there's never an overtime charge. If you had a problem, it was very cold, it was late at night or on a weekend, the overtime charges, emergency service charges can be quite high, so you would never have to worry about paying those.
Okay.
So those are all the benefits. Does it sound like something you're interested in?
Yeah, sure.
And the investment would be, you have 3 choices, a 3-year, 2-year, and 1-year choice. 3 years would be only $597. That would give you 2 tune-ups a year, 6 tune-ups with all the benefits I mentioned. 2 years is $419, and 1 year is $229. Of these 3 choices, which do you think makes sense to you?
Well, it looks like the 3-year has the best value.
Great, then 3 years sounds like a very good decision. And remember I mentioned that your warranty on the igniter could actually increase. And what we mean by that is with a 3-year commitment on the service agreement, then we would extend the warranty on the igniter from 1 year till 3, parts and labor.
Okay.
And if you choose to renew again afterwards, you could get an additional 2 years, so 5 full years parts and labor on this part. And as I mentioned earlier, they can fail within 5 years, so that's nice peace of mind coming from that. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and get started, and take me about an hour, hour and 15 minutes, and then I'll come up and let you know when I'm completed.
Perfect.
Great, thanks, appreciate it.